Hey friends, it's Jenny. I'm getting ready to work on this week's A Cherry on Top sketch layout. The layout is due by Wednesday, September. August, September. We're still in July, folks. Still in July. And I'm moving you around. I apologize. That's still not right. Better. Right? Better? I don't know. I'm going to pull up the sketch here for you to let you know what I'm working with. Now, the A Cherry on Top sketch challenges are for their weekly, and here is this week's. Now, you can see it 12 by 12 layout. There's a big circle here, 2 photos. There's a smaller circle within the circle. You've got some tickets, you've got your title, you've got some arrows. Let me show you what I'm going to work with. I decided that I've worked with several of the collections already in my summer kit that I put together. I have not used any of the 49&Market yet. Now, thankfully, I did use some 49&Market when I was in Georgia. I used some scrap room kits, but this is not scrap room. This was product that I bought. Well, I buy scrap room too. Product that I bought and just haven't used. And you know, it's my assessment of 49&Market, and I love it. It really draws my eye, but I don't use it. I love it in the fact that it's beautiful. It's beautiful paper, beautiful embellishments, but is it necessarily my style to scrapbook with? So that is something that I'm definitely going to be thinking about as new collections come out. And let's get to what I'm doing this week. 2 photo layout. I'm going to use these pictures of Josie, just making her squish face when she was in her high chair. She does this frequently and it cracks us up, and she knows that it cracks us up, so she does it more. Of course, right? I'm going to, like I said, this is from my not September either. Sorry people. This is from my summer kit. I pulled out these Wishing Bubbles and Baubles. I'm going to be concentrating on this tealish color. I've got rub-ons, and these ones are the botanicals. So it's got the butterflies and leaves and things like that. These are rub-ons where it just looks like the paint swatches. I've picked out a couple of the papers from the 6x8 paper pad. This one so I can cut out some tickets, or you know, even these beautiful leaves. I've not cut out these 6x8s. I figured I can use one of these for that smaller circle. Contemplating on using this or this, and the reason is because of the white background. So I've got those things to use. And one of the title packs, I love the title Silly, and she is being silly, but it might be a little small, so I'm not sure. I just picked out a couple different, you know, in this color. There's hearts and circles and little phrases, things of that nature, so I've got those. I do have this washi tape, and let's see. Oh, it's tickets. Awesome. So I can use some of these tickets. See how aware I am of what I have? It's getting better. I did also pick out this lighter green if I wanted to use any of those pieces as far as tags and hearts and little phrases go. I've got the laser cut elements as well as well, they're all laser cut elements. This one is edges, journaling spots, tickets, tabs, and film strips. And as you know from the sketch, there are tickets and things like that. And then this one is just pretty flowers and such, if I want to use something here. Although I don't really think that, I mean, of course I could use, say, yellow, or these colors will all match, but it's more of the teal that I was going for. So we'll see if any of those get used. I believe I'm going to use this for my background paper, and that's why I said about the white on white. That's why I think something for the smaller circle, I need something that has more color. Sorry, that was a little break there. This is the back side of that paper. Now, you think about this, 49&Market. I say I never use it. Why can't I use this? This is a great background piece of paper. So I have to remember that. I have to kind of get myself out of what, you know, the different themes say they are. As you know, a lot of 49&Market with Katie Petite was a lot of botanicals and butterflies and flowers and leaves and all that kind of stuff. But usually on the B sides there were these great foundations paper, so I have to remember that. This is the back of that, and like I said, this is probably what I'll be using for my background. And if I don't, that's okay too. This one is from the classic Spectrum Sherbet Classics Sherbet. I don't think I will use this side. I was looking at if, you know, there was something that I needed to cut out from someplace, but as you saw, I've got stamps and laser cuts and all that kind of stuff, so I may not have to use this, but I included it. I also included this one just for the color, and here's the other side of that. Could always use this for the background, and then I'll obviously cut circles if I want to. And I also included the painted foundations. This is called Patchwork. Now this is a collection from 2022, just a couple years old, not too old. This was another one that I had considered because if we cut the big circle out of this, it gives us the more colors. So we'll see which way I go. I just went ahead and, you know, went through what I have, picked out these colors for the photos that I picked out, and we will go from there using this week's A Cherry on Top sketch. Now this awesome container my friend Teresa gave us when we were in Georgia. Last year she gave us very similar ones that I think you've seen before that are longer and just have 3 compartments. I'm liking this one because it's got the big portion here. I like them all, to tell you the truth. They really are great containers. They're nice and sturdy and helps me at least minimize what I'm going to use. I have my tool here from Amazon to go ahead and cut circles. And let me get to work. Let me start laying some things out, and I'll come back and show you where I'm at. Hey friends, it's Jenny, and I've completed this week's A Cherry on Top sketch layout. As a reminder, let me get that photo pulled up for you again. The sketch highlighted a big circle with the 2 photos and kind of a hidden circle back here. Now I decided to use my summer collection, so this is all from one of the 49&Market. So here is the sketch again. You got your plain background. Now this reminded me of an embroidery hoop, although I didn't use it in that manner. I mean, I just made a big circle. I cut out this circle here from that paper that was the different pie slices of colors. And my photos are 3.5 by 4.5. So they're different size than they are here, but I did use, you know, I used a film strip here, one of the torn from the laser cuts, and a ticket. My title, I did use that silly, and I used one of these small chipboards that states happy. And then I did take each one of the quadrants and I used some of the rub-ons to add some more detail to these. So, you know, I've got some yellow. This is one of the laser cuts here. This is a laser cut here, laser cut here. But the rest that you see here, I ended up using rub-ons. And in all honesty, I don't love this, but I don't hate it. It's just, like I said before, not sure if 49&Market is necessarily for me. They have beautiful stuff. The paper quality is just fantastic. This is where I cut that small circle from for here. But I'm more, I have to say that I'm more bright, colorful, Doodlebug, Bella Boulevard, lots of simple stories, Echo Park, things like that. But when I see the 49&Market stuff, I really am attracted just because it is beautiful. So I'm going to use what I have, be very selective of what I purchase in the future, because I have a lot of it. I have, I think I have 4 iris cases full. which is a lot of 49&Market, because I was buying the color collections and then the foundations that went with them, and then if there's it's just, it is what it is, and it's beautiful, beautiful stuff, but it's not necessarily what I use for the two little girls that I do most of my scrapbooking of. So these two pictures, like I said, were just from her making some faces, and I used some of the baubles and bubbles that they call them. Lots of chipboard. I did fussy cut these leaves out, but you know, I got a lot of bang out of the actual rub-ons. They're so pretty, and they rub off like butter. They're beautiful, beautiful. So like I said, I just took advantage of the different colors and kind of did, you know, a color match there. Did the photos the way they were as expressed in the sketch. This will be entered into the gallery. As a reminder, when you enter into the Cherry on Top gallery, you automatically get a point for that layout that you've uploaded. You can get up to 10 points when you load it by tagging to products that you use. So if I tag, you know, this 49&Market collection, this 49&Market collection, the different rub-on collections that I use, the laser cuts, the chipboard, things like that, you can get up to 10 points. Now, on Thursday, which will be July 31st, you will get an email saying congratulations, you know, have 100 points to your Cherry account. Unless you are the random selected layout for that week, you can get up to 1,000 points. I do save my Cherry points for shopping, and you also earn Cherry points when you are shopping. You know, there's a certain amount of points that you get with each product that you purchase. So it's a wonderful program. I primarily shop at a Cherry on Top, so you know, you've seen me get things where, if I said from Office Supply, I got some things from scrapbook.com, things from manufacturers directly, like the Echo Park warehouse sale or Simple Stories warehouse sale. But if I'm looking for something, this is kind of like my first place to look. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of what I came up with for this week. Just sweet little photos of my little Josie girl, and using my summer collection that I put aside with 49&Market products. So again, thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe, chat with me. Let me know what's going on. Let me know if you are playing with this week, because I'd love to go take a look. God bless, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.